Beloved one, treasure of my eternal heart, release now the burdens that have gripped your soul like cold chains forged in the fires of fear. You were never created to carry such torment. I did not breathe life into your body so that you might struggle in isolation beneath the crushing weight of invisible battles. You were not born to be buried beneath grief, nor sculpted to host sorrow. The silent storms that rage in the caverns of your mind, the unspoken pain, the aching confusion, the fears that claw in the night, I never intended for them to rule you. They are not the truth of who you are. I did not form your innermost being to be a dwelling place for unrest and torment. I designed you as a vessel of peace, a dwelling of light, a sanctuary where my spirit could rest. When anxiety floods your chest like rising waters and sorrow coils itself beneath your breath like a serpent, know this without wavering: I am here. I am not distant, not a God who peers from the heavens unmoved. I am in your very breath, closer than your own heartbeat. I do not merely see you, I surround you. I am reaching with my own hands into the places no one else dares to touch. The night is not your enemy, and I have not abandoned you to battle shadows alone. You lie awake, holding tightly to pain as though it were your identity, clutching wounds I already died to heal. But I call you into freedom, not because I pity you, but because I delight in you. Surrender is not weakness in my eyes, it is worship. It is trust. And trust in me is never wasted. Let go of your striving. Release the illusion of control. You were never meant to orchestrate your healing with trembling hands. Place the weight in my arms, not because you failed, but because I have never failed. My strength is not a concept, it is a force that upholds the universe and yet cradles your soul. My peace is not distant, not something you must chase. It hovers over you even now, waiting only for your stillness to descend like soft rain upon parched soil. Let it reach you. Let it wash over the hardened places where pain once carved its name. You have not been forgotten, nor overlooked in the vastness of this world. I knit you together with my own hands, breathed into you not by chance, but with deliberate love. You are not a passing thought in the tide of creation. You are the echo of my voice, the reflection of my beauty. Within you is a depth untouched by this world. I have planted holy seeds in the soil of your spirit, seeds that are not meant to impress the world, but to bear fruit that remains long after applause fades. And for this reason, the enemy wars against you. He tries to distort your vision, to bury your clarity beneath noise and urgency, to pull you into chaos so you forget who you are. But my voice speaks with thunderous peace, and it cuts through confusion with precision. Though your life began with sorrow and your path has been scarred by betrayal and loneliness, I do not turn from the sight of your wounds. I do not recoil from your failures. I embrace the ruins. I walk into the mess. I gather every fragment with tenderness and begin to breathe again. I do not hesitate to call you mine. I do not abandon what others discard. My hands are steady upon your life, reshaping what was broken by time, by sin, by sorrow. I breathe into the ashes and call forth beauty. I sow hope into the places you thought were beyond redemption. I speak truth into the silence that once screamed with lies. I mold perseverance from your waiting and strength from your weeping. Where you feared, I am crafting courage. Where you doubted, I am planting assurance. Where you felt unseen, I am engraving your name upon my palm. Your identity is not defined by the darkness you walked through. It is defined by the light I pour into you now. You are being remade, not in the image of your suffering, but in the image of my Son. Every moment you thought was lost has become a golden thread in the tapestry I am weaving, and I waste nothing. I redeem even the seconds that seemed shattered beyond recovery. The former things, no matter how heavy, no longer hold dominion over you. Their chains are broken, and their power has withered. What once defined your sorrow is now yielding to my joy. What once silenced you is now becoming the soil for your voice to rise. The story is still unfolding, and the pen is in my hand. You do not need to pretend when you are with me. Lay aside every performance, every mask fashioned to win approval, every layer meant to conceal your wounds. I have never required flawlessness from you. I have only longed for your heart, fully given, even in its trembling, even in its frailty. I see beneath the surface of your smile, beyond the rehearsed responses and the practiced strength. I hear the quiet sob that never makes it past your lips, the sigh buried in silence. I see the weight you carry in solitude, the heaviness that presses in when the lights go off and no one is there to applaud or condemn. And I have never turned away. I have never grown tired of you. I do not flinch at your weakness. My gaze is steadfast. My love is unshaken. I am still who I have always been, the unchanging one, the faithful God who remains constant through every season of your life. My voice still thunders with purpose and whispers with tenderness. My promises remain aflame with life. They do not fade with time or flicker in the winds of circumstance. I am your shepherd, the one who knows your name, not in theory, but in intimacy. I call you not as a stranger, but as my own. And when you have wandered, I have not come in fury, but in compassion that burns with holy mercy. I have left the multitude behind just to come find you again and again, not with accusation, but with open arms and a heart full of grace that silences shame. Keep your heart tender in my hands. Do not harden it in the fires of disappointment or bury it beneath the rubble of unfulfilled expectations. Let me shape you. Let me mold you gently, like clay beneath the hands of a master potter who knows exactly what he is forming. Faith is not the illusion of happiness or the denial of pain. It is not a smile worn like armor. It is the deep, holy resolve to cling to me when everything else breaks apart. It is the sacred strength to stand, not because you feel able, but because you trust in my ability to hold you up. Faith does not wait for perfect clarity. It leans into my character when the path is clouded. You do not need to impress the world. You are not here to display flawless strength. Let them see the real miracle, your endurance through the storm, your refusal to let go, your life upheld not by your power, but by mine. I have named you. I have called you mine. And I do not take back what I have claimed. I do not discard those who are weak. I do not disown those who fall. I carry what belongs to me, and I finish what I begin. You are not trying to earn a place in my heart. You already dwell there. So rise now, not in panic, not in shame, but with the quiet courage of one who knows he is covered on every side. I go before you, blazing a path through the thorns. I walk behind you, shielding you from what you cannot anticipate. I am beside you, steady and unmovable, your everlasting strength. Your family rests beneath the shelter of my wings. Your tomorrows are not left to chance. They are bound to my covenant faithfulness. You are not lost in the chaos. You are surrounded by my nearness, wrapped in a fortress no hand can penetrate. My angels walk your road, assigned and unwavering. And child of my heart, if something within you stirs as you receive these words, if a fire awakens or a quiet hope rekindles, know that it is not by chance. It is I, your God, breathing upon the embers again. I do not call out merely for you to hear. I speak so you may live. I do not require grand offerings or public accolades. I treasure your yes. I cherish your whispered surrender. I delight in the obedience born not of fear, but of love. That is the fragrance that rises before my throne. I have been your shield when storms rose without warning, your covering when unseen threats crept close. You may not have seen me with your eyes, but not for one moment have I been absent. Not once have I turned away. Faith, my beloved, is not the absence of scars or the avoidance of struggle. It is the sacred bravery to rise once more, even bruised, even weary, even unsure, and to place your foot upon the road I have marked out for you. The dreams I have planted in you were never born of fleeting whims or human invention. They are woven from eternal fabric, dreamed before time itself began. They bear my fingerprints. They carry my breath. Yes, you have stumbled. Yes, you have been deceived by voices that wore light like a costume, by illusions that pulled you off the path. But none of that, hear me, none of it erases my call. I have not rejected you. I have not rewritten your purpose. I have not canceled what I declared over you. My word is still active. My intention is still alive. What I began in you, I will bring to completion. Therefore, open your heart to me again. Let these words not merely pass through your mind, but take root in your spirit like living fire in sacred sweetness. Keep them close. Guard them. Meditate on them like a treasure from your eternal home. When darkness wraps around your dwelling, when the silence of night falls upon you, may you rest not in fear, but in the deep and holy peace of knowing you are mine, fully, completely, eternally. Let no worry steal the quiet of your soul. Lift your voice and speak aloud my truth, for my word is your sword and shield. Speak the ancient psalm, not out of habit, but as one who claims what is eternally true. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Let the rhythm of those holy lines anchor your heart. Let them settle your spirit. Let them draw a line in the sand between fear and faith. My presence will settle over you like a soft cloak. Peace, not of this world, will rest upon you. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are held, sheltered, and secured in the arms of everlasting mercy. Even now, as your eyes grow heavy and your body sinks into rest, let your soul rise in gratitude like incense. Give thanks for breath, for warmth, for the mercy laced into your every step. Give thanks for unseen protections, for silent deliverances, for love you did not earn and grace you could never exhaust. Do not withhold your praise. For I, the Lord your God, am here. I am closer than your breath, nearer than your thoughts. And I am not whispering to the crowds. I am speaking directly to you. Lay before me your burdens, all of them, the silent battles, the aching regrets, the memories that still haunt. Lay them down. I never intended for you to carry the weight of false guilt, the chains of fear, or the lies whispered by the enemy. You were not made to be ruled by anxiety or brokenness. You were made to walk in the freedom of a beloved child. Trust in me, not as a fleeting choice, but as your daily posture. Depend on me, for I will not fail you. I am not impatient with your weakness. I am not angered by your humanity. I know your flaws. I know your missteps. But my eyes remain fixed not on where you've erred, but on where you are going. Your persistence in prayer delights me. Your trembling faith, though small like a mustard seed, moves my hand. I have seen you knock on closed doors with desperation. I have heard your cries when words failed you. And I say to you now, the door is opening. Yes, the door you have stood before in hope and in silence, the one you have stared at through tears, I myself am unlocking it. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. Not because you've never failed, but because you've never let go. Heaven knows your name. My kingdom rejoices over your endurance, your courage, your unseen obedience, your quiet perseverance when no one else applauded. You are honored in the courts of glory, not for your fame on earth, but for the purity of your yes to me in a secret place. In the days to come, I shall unveil wonders that testify of my hand in your life. You have heard of me before, but now you shall behold me. You have trusted me from afar, but now you shall walk with me more closely than ever. The same God who parted seas and raised the dead is with you. I hold your future, your family, your days, and your nights in my sovereign hand. So walk on, not with shame, not with fear, but with dignity, with your head held high, for you are walking with your Father. There is still ground to cover, still heights to reach. Do not settle. Do not stop. You were born to overcome. You were chosen to endure and emerge in victory, not in your own name, but in mine, which is holy and everlasting. With one hand I will pour blessings into your life, and with the other I will use you to pour healing into others. As you extend mercy, you shall find favor. As you give, I shall increase. Your generosity shall open wells in dry lands, and I shall make you a source of comfort to the brokenhearted. Begin with your household. Let your love first bless those I've placed closest to you. Then, stretch forth your hand to the weary souls I shall bring your way. You will not lack. You will not be forsaken. The days of lack are fading behind you like a mist in the rising sun. All that I have ordained for you shall be fulfilled. Your story will no longer be one of lack and longing, but of restoration and overflowing peace. Let go of the bitterness. Let go of past offenses. What has been taken shall no longer haunt you. And above all, remain true. Hold fast to honesty. Let your word be pure, your integrity intact. Deception is not your portion. You were not made for manipulation or for masks. You were formed for truth. Those who deceive will fall by their own schemes, but you, keep your heart clean. I will uphold you. Even if you stumble and fall into the dirt and dust of this world, I will not abandon you. I will lift you up. You are not alone in this journey. I walk with you, I uphold you, and I breathe new strength into your soul. You have stood with me when the path was hard. You have believed me through delay. And if your knees begin to buckle, I will carry you. I am not like the false shepherds who leave at the first sign of trouble. I do not flatter you in your pain only to vanish when your tears dry. I do not manipulate or abandon. I have no shadow of turning, no falsehood on my tongue. Every word I speak to you is truth, even if it pierces, even if it stretches you. It is spoken in love, a love that will never fade. Let your ears not hunger only for sweet sounds, for soft and palatable promises. Do not become like those who trade truth for comfort and drift away on the winds of deception. My words will ground you. They will form you. They will lead you to life. So receive them now, not with trembling, but with trust. Receive them not as mere encouragement, but as divine instruction born from a Father's heart. For you are mine, and I speak to you as one who has been called for such a time as this. I have clothed you in truth and placed a sword in your spirit. Rise. Stand. Move forward. I have marked you with my spirit, and you are not defenseless. No force that rises against you shall prevail. As I was with Moses, with David, with Esther, with Paul, so I am with you. I have not forgotten my promises. I do not sleep. I do not delay as men do. The hour is near. Walk in righteousness. Do not chase applause. Do not bow to gold. You do not need man's validation, for I, the Lord, have affirmed you. You no longer need to chase after the fleeting approval of man, nor present yourself like a performer seeking applause from an unseeing crowd. I have already marked you as my own. Your worth has never been measured by the noise of others' praise or the visibility of your deeds. Long before the world ever noticed you, I wrapped you in my eternal affection. My love has never wavered. It has covered you from the very first moment your heart began to beat, and even before then, when you were yet unseen in the secret place. I watched over you when your spirit was fragile, when the strength you had crumbled under pressure, when your voice was barely a whisper. I did not pull away in disappointment, I drew near. While others may have turned aside or dismissed your quiet pain, I leaned in with compassion. Where the world passes by what it does not understand, I gather it close. I take delight in the soul that chooses me in stillness, without needing to be noticed or rewarded. Your quiet devotion is not forgotten. It rises before me like incense, sweet, pleasing, and powerful. The flame of your love, though hidden from many eyes, burns brightly before my throne. And I do not ignore it. I do not brush it aside. It stirs my heart. I find joy in your surrender, in the moments you gave me your yes when no one else was watching. Your love is not small to me, it carries weight in my kingdom. It is not wasted. I see every act of faithfulness, every tear spilled in secret, every battle you fought within when no one stood beside you. I have kept count of each one. Now, my beloved, walk gently. Keep your heart low before me, and I will lift you in ways that do not depend on human strategies or worldly strength. Walk the narrow way with contentment, and you will find treasures that others overlook. Peace that surpasses what can be explained will rest upon you like morning dew. You have not been hidden from my sight. Though others may have passed by without seeing, I have never once lost sight of you. I have traced your every footstep, caught every tear that slid down your face when the night felt endless, and listened to every word you thought had vanished into silence. None of it is forgotten. Not a moment of your journey has escaped my notice. Hold your heart steady now. Let it be firm beneath my hand. For what I am about to unfold in your life will stretch beyond your imagination. What approaches is not born from the designs of man, it carries the breath of heaven. Miracles are drawing close. Not the kind that flatter your ego, but the kind that transform your soul. These aren't simply gifts, they are invitations into deeper communion with me. You will not merely witness these wonders, you will be changed by them. The places in your life that have grown dry, the spaces that felt like tombs, I will breathe on them. The bones that lay in silence will begin to rise. What you buried will live again. What you believed was beyond restoration will be reformed in the power of my hands. And with this outpouring comes the holy weight of glory. With the light comes a responsibility to carry it well. Some will not comprehend the grace you walk in. Some will whisper in confusion, in envy, and in disbelief. They will not understand the story I am writing through your life. Let them speak. Their words hold no authority over my purpose. I have not chosen you because you were qualified in their eyes. I chose you because you are mine. What I ordain, no force in heaven or earth can undo. The doors that once stood immovable before you, the very ones you stood in front of weeping, will open now, not by your own effort, but because I have spoken the word. I have seen your persistence. I have honored your endurance. I have not turned away when you cried out to me. I have drawn near, and now I am commanding breakthrough to come. Prepare your spirit to enter a place unlike any you've known. This will not be like the old ground. This is not familiar territory. You are stepping into the holy. It will not echo the past. You are leaving the realm of routine and entering the realm of wonder. And I will not leave you there alone. I walk with you. I will not let you stumble in the unknown. Let not fear take root within you. It has no place in the one I have called. Drive it out. You were not formed to shrink back in terror. I have clothed you in armor crafted from my own hand. Stand. Stand in the strength I have given you. When the floodwaters rise, when deception floods the land like a storm, do not bow to fear. I will lift you above the wave. The noise of accusation will not drown you. The voice of hatred will not unseat you. I will elevate you, not through your retaliation, but through my justice. You will sit at the table I set before your enemies, and your cup will overflow with what only I can provide. Follow me, not with hesitant steps, but with confidence. I will lead you into places of refreshment. I will draw you beside still waters and calm every storm that rages inside. You are not just one among the crowd. You are chosen. You are deeply known. I hold you as a father holds his child with tenderness and strength. I will not abandon you in the dark. I will not let the pit become your home. Reach out your hand. I am already lifting you. This is not your collapse. This is the stirring of new breath in your lungs. This is the beginning of a glory you have not tasted yet. The chains that gripped your soul, the hidden sorrow, the silent torment, the burdens too heavy to name, they are breaking. That season is ending. You will no longer be ensnared by the webs of confusion and despair. I am cutting away what tethered you to grief. I am severing ties that have only drained you. Let go of the guilt that has haunted you like smoke after fire. Lay down the memories that ache like thorns pressed deep into your chest. Release the pain that lingers in the corners of your heart. You were not created to carry this weight. My shoulders are broad enough for it all. Let my healing flow into the places still raw. Let my spirit quiet the voices of condemnation. What was done to you does not define you. You are not the sum of what broke you. The enemy sought to bury you, but I have not allowed it. I preserved you through the fire. And now the chains fall. Now you step into liberty, not merely in what is seen, but in the depth of your inner life. This is not a shallow freedom, it is the kind that breaks every yoke. Let every word I have spoken anchor your heart. This is not an empty promise. I am not giving you fragile hope that flickers in the wind. I am placing your feet upon solid ground. This is a rebirth, not just a new page, but a new book written in grace, bound in mercy, sealed with my spirit. The road ahead will not look like what came before. It will shimmer with joy once thought lost. It will echo with peace that used to feel like a dream. It will overflow with favor not earned, but freely given. Today marks a divine shift. The narrative of your life is turning. The past will not dictate what comes next. The pain will not define the value you carry. I am placing strength in your bones, clarity in your eyes, and courage in your voice. You are being empowered to walk away from everything that once poisoned your joy. I am giving you the strength to forgive what once shattered you. You will discern what is true. You will know who you can trust. You have suffered long beneath the weight of battles few could bear. And yet, you did not collapse. Though the wind screamed and the storm broke against you like waves upon stone, still you stood, unmoved in your spirit. You were not destroyed in a fire, you were refined. Though it burned hot and long, it did not devour you. You emerged, not charred and broken, but strengthened in the deepest places of your soul. This is not the mark of frailty, it is the evidence of endurance, the kind that only grows in the furnace of affliction. Now the crushing gives way to birthing, and what was pressed in secret begins to break forth into promise. The path ahead is veiled, yet not empty, it is sacred. What lies behind you is necessary, but it is not your identity. Let it rest where it belongs, in the past, for it has completed its task. Fix your gaze forward, not with hesitation or doubt, but with the full assurance that I have gone before you. The season of refining has done its work. You remained faithful. You did not abandon the altar. And now, I stretch out my hand not only to lift you, but to let the overflow of my favor reach those joined to you, by covenant, by blood, by my spirit. Do not mourn what has closed behind you, for those doors were not withheld to harm you, but to shield you. I sealed them, not as punishment, but as preparation. Let the breath of my name fill your lungs again. Whisper it when your voice is fragile. Speak it aloud when your heart is trembling. Do not wait for courage to appear, move in obedience, and courage will follow. Write my name upon your walls, upon your heart, upon the borders of your days. Not as a ritual, but as a declaration of trust. Let the words of your belief become the motion of your life. Receive the gift I am placing in your hands, not as something earned, but as a sacred inheritance. It is a holy disruption, divinely appointed, timed by my own hand. Do not mistake delay for denial. The closing of one gate is the unlocking of another, far greater. In realms unseen, there is movement. There is battle. Your name echoes in heavenly places, not as a whisper, but as a banner. Your faith is seen. It is precious. It is defended. Though the adversary sends shadows to confuse and slow your steps, you will not prevail. I have assigned to you those who walk not by sight, but by divine wisdom, voices that will lift you when your strength fades, hands that will hold yours when you grow weary. Welcome them. Honor the help I send. Do not rush ahead of my pace. Let prayer be your rhythm, and I will unveil what has been hidden. You will not falter. The walls that rise before you are already crumbling at the weight of my decree. I did not rescue you in a single moment, not because I could not, but because I longed for you to understand the depth of your own authority when aligned with my spirit. You are not fragile. You are chosen. You were never meant to merely survive, but to walk in sustained triumph, triumph rooted not in your own striving, but in your union with me. I called you out, not to wander aimlessly, but to inhabit territory sanctified for my purpose. Your steps are not random. They are watched over, ordered, measured by my perfect will. The enemy roams, seeking to devour the unguarded, but you are not exposed. You are not forgotten. You are hidden in me. And in this place of refuge, you will find the strength to endure what others avoid, to walk paths that seem impossible. I do not call you forward to glorify your name, but so that my name may be known through your life. Through your surrender, your family will drink from wells they did not dig, will receive wisdom born not of intellect, but of revelation. They will grow strong, not in the pride of flesh, but in the gentleness of my spirit. I am raising up something within your household that will outlast storms and generations. So grip my hand with all your might. We do not stand still, we advance. You are not disqualified by your weariness. You are not cast aside because of your pain. You are ready, even if your heart quivers at the thought. Ready to rise, not on the tide of fleeting emotion, but on the wings of the Spirit. Step forward, not to impress man, but to fulfill what I have ordained. You approach now the threshold where destinies are rewritten, where lives shift, where callings awaken. Be alert. Be attentive. For even now, things are aligning. What seemed distant is drawing near. What once felt delayed is unfolding by my decree. As you wait in the quiet, I am laying foundations. Not only for your journey, but for those who will walk paths you make clear. I am not random in my gifts. I do not scatter purpose without order. I assign callings with intention. I stir your soul with hunger because I planted it there. I fan the flame in your spirit because I delight in your growth. You are being drawn not into performance, but into alignment. I have never designed you for a life of dry survival or paralyzing fear. You were made to walk in the overflow of my abundance, unshackled by the past, unchained from despair. I have seen every tear you hid. I have heard every silent cry that echoed in the darkness. Now hear me. Lift your head. Begin again to hope, not as one uncertain of outcome, but as one who knows the hand of the giver. I will deepen your trust. I will strengthen your hands to hold what I release. Your past pain will become the ground upon which I build purpose. Your sorrow will birth resilience. And with hands gentle and sure, I will tend to every bruise that still lingers. Even as the noise of this world swells around you and the weight of tasks presses in, my peace surrounds you like a garment. It is not distant. It is not conditional. It is here. Let it settle over you. Let it silence the fear that once shouted loud in your thoughts. I do not give strength that fades. I do not lend help and then withdraw. What I give completely. I enable you to rise when others fall, to endure when others yield, to walk steadily even when the path disappears beneath your feet. This chapter will not crush you. It will lift you higher. The storm will end. And what stands beyond it is secured by my covenant, sealed with my word that does not return void. Let not the venom of the wicked take root in your spirit, for their words are forged in darkness and driven by malice. They do not speak from truth, nor do they seek peace. Their desire is to see you falter, to strike at your heart until doubt corrodes your hope and shame overtakes your memory. Their ambition is to cloud your vision, to distort the reflection of who you are in my eyes, and to lead you away from the sanctuary of my love. But I have built around you a fortress not made with hands. I have covered you with my presence like a garment, and no scheme of the enemy will strip you from the shelter I have drawn around your soul. I have not handed you over to confusion, nor will I allow the deceiver's voice to carry more weight than my own. I am the one who surrounds you, and I do not abandon those who belong to me. You have known the ache of solitude. Nights have passed heavy with silence, when all your heart longed for was tenderness, and none was found. Yet I was near. I was not absent, not withdrawn or indifferent. I was cradling your sorrow, holding your breath in my hands, watching over your weary frame with divine compassion. You are loved, deeply, endlessly, not with the shallow affection of this world, but with the unshakable love that flows from my throne. I have seen the hidden tremors of your soul. I have gathered your tears, each one accounted for. The pain that was too great for words did not go unnoticed. I heard you when you could no longer speak. I drew near when you thought all had turned away. You are not overlooked. You are not dismissed. Your pain is not dismissed. It matters to me. You were never designed to shoulder this burden alone. The lies that whisper abandonment are not from me. They are echoes of the pit, not the voice of your Father. Cast them off. Let them burn in the truth of who I am. I have not rejected you. My anger does not flare against the one who trembles with longing for me. I know the weight that rests upon you. I know how deeply the battle has pressed into your bones. And I say this to you, I am your refuge. Not a fleeting shelter, not a temporary reprieve, but your abiding place. Whether the skies are clear or filled with storm, my nearness is your certainty. The enemy roams not just to distract, but to strike, to sever, to unravel what I have carefully woven. But I do not remain still while he prowls. I fight for you. I surround you with my angels. I contend for your peace. I walk with you now, not at a distance, but beside you, as your defender, your comforter, your king. My heart is stirred with mercy when you grow weary. I am not indifferent to your cries. I do not watch in cold silence as you struggle. The pain that tries to drown you, I have already carried. The torment that tightens around your mind, I have overcome. Bring me what weighs you down. Do not let shame or pride lock it inside. Lay it in my hands, everything, even the darkest fragments. I am not afraid of what burdens you. There is nothing you have endured that I cannot redeem. The fear of failure is a lie sent to chain you, but you are not bound to defeat. You belong to victory because you belong to me. Let no root of despair remain hidden in the soil of your heart. Do not nourish it with silence. Pull it out with truth. Despair is not your inheritance. It is not the fruit of my spirit. I created you to rise in hope, to walk in light, to live unshaken by the tremors of the world. Though discouragement presses near, it must not be allowed to settle. It must not be given a seat at your table. My strength is not limited. My mercy is not measured by your works. My hand is not short to save. And when you feel your desire to live begin to flicker, When the world loses color and your breath grows thin, lift your eyes to me. I will meet you in the hollow and breathe my fire anew. This fire is not destruction. It is restoration. It is the flame of love that burns away the illusion of meaninglessness and reignites the certainty that your life has divine purpose. You are not adrift. You are not without direction. You are tethered to eternal destiny. Hold to what I have spoken. Let your ears be deaf to the voices of mockers and scoffers, those who belittle your faith and question your worth. Their words carry no authority over what I have sealed. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are mine, chosen, cherished, redeemed for glory beyond what you yet comprehend. You will not merely continue. You will live, fully, deeply, abundantly. The burdens that have bent your back will be lifted. The shadows that linger will be driven out by the dawn I am commanding. This is not empty hope. This is the assurance of my faithfulness. You have cried to me, and I have heard. I did not send this word into your life by accident. Nothing is random when it comes from my hand. Every word I release carries weight and purpose. You have been brought to this moment by design. You now stand at the edge of something holy, something new. Pain has walked beside you, but it will not write your future. It has no crown, no scepter. It will not reign. What now feels like delay is not denial, it is preparation. I am moving in realms unseen, arranging the impossible into alignment. What I am doing behind the veil will soon break forth in light. You will see it. It will be unmistakable. And when it comes, it will not come quietly. It will be a testimony of my power, a declaration of my covenant. So do not yield to spiritual slumber. Remain awake. Remain anchored. Guard your heart from the voices of those who refuse my truth. You are not called to share their bitterness. You are not marked for ruin. You are marked for my glory. Rise, not in hesitation, but with the quiet strength of one who knows my voice. Let your heart be anchored in the unshakable foundation of my promises, for they are not like the shifting words of men. They are eternal, forged in truth, sealed in my covenant. Step with certainty into the ground I have prepared beneath you. Let every breath be an offering of faith, and let your spirit speak with unwavering resolve. I believe. I speak now, not with a flicker of passing emotion, but with the everlasting fire of my love. What I have prepared for you exceeds the limits of your understanding. I take hold of your hand with intention. Every step forward is sacred, every movement guided. You do not need to hurry. You do not need to measure progress as the world does. My timing holds no cruelty. Let endurance become your melody and let faith be your steady rhythm. Keep your gaze on me alone. Look neither to the left nor to the right. Ignore the hollow distractions of the world and the loudness of those who speak without my spirit. You are not wandering. You are not delayed. The length of this path is not a sign of absence but of refinement. This journey has pressed upon your soul, but it has not crushed you. It has carved out strength where weakness once ruled. You no longer bow to fleeting feelings. You have begun to walk by the quiet fire of faith rather than by the illusion of sight. I have seen what weighs upon your heart, especially the burden you carry for those you love. You long for your family to dwell in blessing, and I do not ignore that longing. I am working even now, in ways that remain unseen but are already bearing fruit. I am clearing the way before them, infusing their hearts with courage, strengthening them to rise in truth. The enemy may rage, but his reach is limited. He cannot touch what I shield. I have never promised a path without hardship, but I have promised myself. My nearness is your assurance. And where I dwell, strength flows. Where I reign, light never fades. Let boldness rise in your spirit, for your victory is sealed in the blood of Christ. My word surrounds you like a shield, and my spirit empowers you from within. Receive this now, not as an idea, but as life itself. Let my promises soak into the marrow of your bones, restoring what was weary, steadying what trembled. Your mind will no longer spiral in fear. Your body will be renewed. Your soul will resist despair. What once weighed you down will dissolve in the warmth of my presence. The pressure of disappointment cannot remain, because I have stepped in. Every lie that sought to seduce you into defeat is being silenced. Every hidden trap, every spiritual thread that pulled you from my will is being unraveled. I am severing every chain of compromise, every tie to voices that only echo vanity and chase after fading applause. I am building something in you that does not cater to shallow eyes. I do not shape you for display but for purpose. The world celebrates the glitter of image, but I invest in the weight of eternity. They seek approval from crowds, I give favor from heaven. And you, beloved, you have chosen the better portion. You opened the door when others shut me out. You honored my whisper in the stillness. And now I will shape something within you that cannot be hidden. My peace will clothe you. My humility will crown you. My wisdom will guide you, and it will not expire with this age. Stand firm. Let my voice override the murmurs of deception. Let not the momentary pleasures of this life distract you from the path of everlasting delight. Find your joy not in outcomes, but in me alone. Let the deep waters of our communion become the place where your spirit plants its roots. You will not be shaken. You will not be broken. Even in the waiting, especially there, I carry you. Every silence is filled with my presence. Every moment between promise and fulfillment is sacred, and I am in it all. No sorrow will suffocate your praise. No delay will loosen the grip of your trust. Let your declaration rise, not from fear, not from desperation, but from deep assurance. Say it not with trembling, but with unshakable boldness. My God, I believe. I trust you. I will wait in stillness, for your word stands forever. What you have spoken shall be, as surely as morning follows night. I have received your prayers. Not one has fallen to the ground. They have not disappeared into empty space. They have reached me. I have held them. I have responded, even in the quiet. I see the honor in how you carry my name. I see the steadiness of your steps, how you hold on to my truth when the world offers only shifting shadows. You do not chase me only in sunshine, you have walked with me through the fog. You have remained. And for that, I release blessings not born of effort, but born of belief. Not of striving, but of surrender. Peace will enter your home like the hush before dawn, and joy will rise, not a spark, but a flood. Not because of merit, but because you trusted me when the evidence was hidden. So cling to what I have said. Let my words be your daily bread. Hide them in the secret chambers of your heart, and treasure them with reverence. Do not forget, the seed does not bear fruit until it is buried, broken, and pressed beneath the surface. So it is with the blessings I have formed for you. They are sacred, weighty, and perfectly timed. I am not slow. I am precise. My ways are flawless, and what I am establishing within you will not collapse. I have seen your perseverance. I know the weight you've carried without complaint. I know the silent decisions to trust, even when the light was dim. And I count it all. I do not forget. Even in exhaustion, you chose to keep going. You pressed on when no one was watching. This is not the end. You are still being led. When the terrain shifts, do not retreat. The change is not chaos, it is my hand reshaping the road. Let go of the safety of the familiar. I am not keeping you in barrenness. I am leading you into abundance. I am bringing into your life the people I have chosen, the resources that multiply, the wisdom that will open what once was locked. No attack will succeed when I am your covering. I nullify every accusation. I silence every opposing voice. My decree stands, and none can revoke it. I speak not out of obligation, but from the depths of my eternal love, a love older than the mountains, stronger than the sea. My voice reaches for you not with demand, but with yearning, the holy desire of a father who formed you in secret and named you before time ever began. I wait for you in the stillness before morning breaks, before the noise and weight of the world begin to press in. I listen for the sound of your voice before the sun rises, not because I need anything from you, but because I long for communion with you. I created you for this closeness, for this sacred exchange of love between creator and child. My affection does not falter when you stumble. My delight in you is not erased by your weakness. The flaws you hide from the world do not repel me, they draw me nearer, for I came not to the flawless but to the broken, not to the whole but to the sick, not to the righteous but to the sinner. My love is not like human love, it does not waver, it does not decay. It is an everlasting covenant, sealed with my own blood, and nothing you do can sever what I have willingly bound with grace. Yet even so, I do not love only to give. I desire to receive your love in return, not as a requirement, but as a fragrance rising from your heart, pure and unforced. Say it aloud, even if your voice trembles, Jesus, I love you. Let the words echo in the silence. Let them pierce the veil of fear and shame. Let your affection be like incense offered at the altar, not perfect, but real, and I will receive it as holy. There is no cry you could utter that I would ignore, no ache too deep, no wound too old, no shame too dark. I can redeem what was taken, restore what was lost, and give back more than what was stolen. I do not merely fix what is broken, I make all things new. You were not made to merely survive. You were not created to limp through life bruised and bowed by burdens never meant for you to carry. I have called you to walk in dignity, not according to the fleeting standards of men, but according to the honor of heaven. What I offer you is not a life of striving but of surrender. I am not asking for your performance, I am asking for your heart. Yield your wounds to me, the ones buried so deep you no longer name them. Hand them over, and I will pour oil into the cracks and breathe life into what has been suffocated. The healing I bring is not surface deep, it reaches into the marrow, into the soul. What you once deemed unworthy, I will cleanse. What you once hid in shame, I will raise in glory. The words I spoke over you are not fading echoes of a forgotten past, they are alive, burning with the breath of the Spirit. They are written not on tablets of stone, but upon your very being, woven into your spirit by my own hand. I did not speak them in vain. They are not distant, they are here, they are now. What remains is not for me to act, but for you to believe. Not halfway, not with hesitation, not when you feel strong or holy or deserving. Believe with everything. Believe as one who has seen the face of mercy and been forever marked by it. Do not model your life after those who speak my name yet do not know my heart. I did not call you to wear religion like a costume. I called you to walk in truth, to walk in spirit, to walk in freedom. This is not a path of performance but of transformation. Even now, in this moment, my spirit is hovering near you, closer than the breath in your lungs, ready to move. I am not far. I come to repair what was ripped apart. I come to silence the voice of accusation. I come to pull up the roots of fear that have tangled around your mind like thorns. By the time the sun rises, there will be a shift, not because your world has changed, but because I will have changed something in you. I will give you a strength that does not roar but stands. I will plant within you a joy that no applause can manufacture and no rejection can destroy. You will begin to walk not by the approval of others but by the peace that flows from my presence. You are mine. I formed you with intention, not accident. I carved your name into the palms of my hands, and I do not forget what I create. You are not invisible to me, not buried beneath the noise of this broken world. I have placed within you a wisdom that is not from books, not from striving, but from my spirit. I have forged your strength not in ease but in the fire, in silence, in sorrow, in seasons where it seemed nothing was moving. Yet I was always working. And even when your knees shake, your faith is not failing. It is growing. It is roaring. It is a fire that will not be quenched, no matter how fierce the storm. When the world turns cold, when rejection slices deep, when you are overlooked or misunderstood, let your faith speak louder than the pain. Let it stand when everything else crumbles. Let it rise when your heart sinks low. I dwell not just in your moments of victory, but in the quiet aftermath of your weeping. I am the God of the broken and the still. I speak in silence. I am present in the void the world calls empty. I am never absent. I am always speaking, always near, always sustaining. Even when your soul cries out that all is lost, when it feels like the story has ended, and there is no strength left to take another step, my claim on you remains unchanged. You are still mine. I have not written you into a tale of endless sorrow. I have not placed you beneath a ceiling of shame. My love for you burns with holy fire. It does not flicker, does not retreat. I hold you when you collapse. I redeem what others discard. I gather the broken pieces of your identity and I breathe on them until they shine again. I do not offer survival, I offer life, and life abundant. When others falter and let despair take root, when the path stretches barren before you and each step feels like an uphill climb through a wilderness of sorrow, I remain the same, unmoved, unshaken, and ever present. I am your refuge not only in the storm, but in the still hours when weariness steals your strength. I am the hidden wellspring beneath your valley of dryness, the soft current that flows unseen beneath the surface of hardship. I quiet the roar within you and speak peace into the chambers of your soul. Move forward, not in trembling, not with eyes cast downward, but with the holy resolve born of the hope I myself have embedded into the very marrow of your being. What afflicts you cannot destroy you. The fires you endure are forging you into gold. The trials that threaten to overtake you are becoming torches, illuminating the darkness ahead. Rise, not in the confidence of flesh, but in the strength that comes from trusting the one who walks with you through every flame. I am not absent in affliction. I do not observe from a distance. I carry you, even when you do not feel my arms around you. Release the burdens you have clutched to your chest, the ones never meant to be carried in human hands. Lay them down, all that has crushed your joy and bent your back. Surrender the fears, the expectations, the silent pressures that have tried to bury your spirit. Let them fall like chains breaking on stone. Stand unshaken in the presence of resistance. Refuse to flee, even when the weight of the world urges you to turn back. The truth I have placed deep within you is a compass that never fails. Let it lead you. You are not defined by what you lack today, for I am the one who breathes fullness into emptiness and brings increase from what seems insignificant. In your surrender, I will accomplish wonders that no human strength could ever perform. When your heart is completely entrusted to me, you will taste a joy untouched by circumstance, flowing from the assurance that I alone am faithful. Grace will flow through your days like a river. Peace will settle into your bones. Your life will echo the abundance of my kingdom, even in the face of earthly scarcity. There is no shadow of doubt left in my words to you. I am with you. Always. My gaze never leaves you, not for a moment. My presence is the light in your night and the covering over your steps. Even when all seems dim, I am lighting the way ahead. You are not forgotten. The pain you carry has not been ignored. I hold your hand with a tenderness stronger than iron, and I do not let go. Those you hold dear, I have them too, nestled in my care, guarded with a love beyond what you could ever offer. Let your prayers rise, unfiltered and true, like incense from the altar. In the silent hours, especially in the stillness of loss, I am at work. The ground of sorrow often conceals the seeds of glory yet to break forth. I did not create you for suffering to be your portion. It was never my design. Yet I will sustain you through it. I will be your strength when everything around you is stripped away. I will feed your inner man with my word, clothe your soul in divine fortitude, and surround your heart with psalms of deliverance. Give thanks not only for what has been fulfilled, but for what is yet unfolding. Remain expectant, like one who knows that my timing is perfect and my promises never fail. In each new dawn, as you draw near to me, I will anoint you with quiet strength. My peace will settle upon you like morning dew, soft and pure. In my nearness, you will find your stillness again. Keep coming to me. I am your refuge, your home, your place of rest. When you step across the threshold of your dwelling, let a song of gratitude rise from your soul. Acknowledge my provision. Thank me for the bread on your table, for the roof above your head, for the breath in your lungs. Invite me into the moments that seem too ordinary to matter, because I dwell in those moments too. Speak with me freely, without formality, without pretense. I desire not your perfection, but your presence. When you commune with me in honesty, the weights that cling to your shoulders will fall away. The fog of confusion will clear. In my presence, chains dissolve. The tormenting thoughts lose their voice. I speak truth that drives out deception. I speak life where death has crept in. I speak peace where fear once ruled. My nearness is your strength, your breakthrough, your covering. Even a breath lifted to me in faith can shift the very atmosphere around you. I will draw out the venom that has infected your mind, the anxiety that paralyzes, the fears that haunt the quiet hours, the false images of doom that play behind closed eyes. I will calm your storm. I will interrupt the cycles that have kept you circling the same pain. The voices that only ever prophesied defeat, I will silence them. I will break their grip. This very day, I am shattering the shadows that have followed you. The cross has already dismantled every lie, severed every bondage, and canceled every accusation that once rose against you. I am leading you out, not into survival, but into wholeness. Into restoration. Into the overflow of a life made new by my hand. Let your spirit awaken with boldness. Speak aloud the truth of my word. Declare it over your life, over your home, over your future. My word is never empty. It never misses its mark. I rejoice in your rejoicing. I take delight in every glimpse of hope that blooms in your soul. I am strengthening what was weak in you. I am restoring what was lost in your house. I am gathering your loved ones into unity, weaving peace into the very walls of your home. You have crossed through storms fierce enough to consume you, yet you remain, not broken, but refined. Not diminished, but fortified. You are like an oak rooted beside living waters, unmoved by drought or flood. You bear fruit in every season. I have not shaped you merely to endure. I have shaped you to overflow, to shine, to stand as a testimony of grace. You are wrapped in resilience, and I myself have crowned you with holy purpose. My spirit has filled you with power, love, and a sound mind, not to barely cope, but to walk in dignity and dominion. You have the authority to choose peace when chaos swirls. You have the strength to love when hatred surrounds. My love is your shield, unshakable, incorruptible, unending. It holds you when nothing else does. It anchors you when the earth quakes. In me, your soul finds the harbor it has longed for. And in that place, your heart will finally breathe. Fear shall hold no dominion over you, not in the quiet hours when night stretches long, nor in the daylight where uncertainty seeks to whisper its lies. I myself am your steadfast light, not flickering, not failing, but constant and true. I illuminate the ground beneath your feet and go before you in glory. I am the keeper of your soul, the silencer of every storm within. My word does not return void. Every syllable I have spoken is alive with purpose and anchored in eternity. Speak my truth aloud. Let it rise from your lips with conviction. Let it settle deep in your bones and echo through your spirit. You are mine. You belong to me. You are not just seen, you are deeply loved, tenderly held, and eternally cherished. Within you, I have already placed the seeds of triumph. They are not future gifts, they are present treasures, waiting for the moment of my command to spring forth. Wrap yourself in the robe of faith. Let the strength I've given be your garment. The harvest you have waited for is closer than breath, and the time to gather is drawing near. Never forget, my presence is not distant. I am with you now. I am your Father, and in the name of my beloved Son, Jesus, your Savior, your anchor, your risen King, ready yourself. For what you have cried for in silence, what you have longed for in your hidden prayers, is beginning to rise like the dawn. Healing is moving toward you with holy intent. The favor that once felt out of reach is being released, born not for merit, but from mercy. My voice does not shout from the heavens, it speaks directly into the chamber of your heart. I have drawn near. You are never forgotten. Not for a breath, not for a moment. I have wrapped you in my covenant love, an embrace that cannot break, a bond that cannot sever. In your coldest winter, I remain your warmth. In your storm, I am the stillness. In your despair, I am the lifter of your head. Rest now in the shadow of my presence. Let your soul find rest in the knowledge that I carry you, not in part, but in full. I do not merely rescue, I sustain. The miracle you have waited for, the one soaked in tears and covered in hope, is drawing nearer with each heartbeat. Though this world wraps itself in confusion and shadows, though heartache rises like floodwaters and sorrow clings to your steps, I have not looked away. I see you in your fatigue. I see the pressure pressing upon your chest like iron weight. I see the nights when your strength fades and your hands tremble from holding on too long. But know this with unshakable certainty, my hand has never left yours. Not once. Not for a breath. I have walked every mile beside you, even in silence, even in pain. I have held you when no one else knew you were breaking. There were seasons when affliction clouded your sight, and doubt tried to take root where faith once stood. The wounds you carried felt unjust. The silence of heaven felt sharp. But not one sorrow has gone unnoticed. Not one trial was in vain. I have been working in the fire to refine you. In the valleys, I was shaping your depth. In the waiting, I was teaching you endurance. You were never abandoned, you were being built. And what I build, no one can tear down. Let your heart be steady. Let no fear snatch away what I have spoken over you. Even when you cannot trace my hand, I am working. Even in the quiet, my voice carries. Even when everything feels still, I am laying the foundation for something far greater than what you can imagine. Your life is not a series of random events. It is a divine tapestry, woven by the hands of the Eternal. When it is unfolded, you will see the beauty behind every pain and the purpose behind every pause. You may not recognize the hour when it comes. You may not understand the form in which my promise arrives. But my word never fails. My purposes, forged before time began, shall break into your life with unstoppable force. Believe not because you see results, believe because I have spoken. My words are not fragile. They are the very breath that sustains the heavens. My love is not a fleeting wind, it is a fire that never ceases to burn. My intentions for you are not at the mercy of trials or circumstances. They are rooted in eternity, carved into the fabric of creation itself. I do not lie. I do not change. I do not abandon what I begin. Faith is not merely a virtue, it is the very armor I placed upon you. It is your shield, your strength, your survival. When the battle howls and the ground shakes, when darkness presses in like a flood, you shall not be destroyed. You will stand, because I uphold you. Because my hand is wrapped around yours, and my presence surrounds you like a fortress. You are not lost in the storm, you are hidden in me. Let not your thoughts be overrun by fear. Let not your soul be torn by doubt. I am the Lord your God, the one who opened the sea, who shut the mouths of lions, who raises the dead and stills the wind. That same power moves in your life now. I make a way where there is none. If you cling to me with a trust that goes beyond sight, you will witness wonders that the world cannot comprehend. Mountains will bow. Rivers will part. What stood like iron walls will fall like dust. But do not let despair uproot what I have planted. I have seen your tears. I know the ache of unanswered prayer, the strain of waiting when answers seem far. Yet the waiting is not wasted, it is sacred. It is the soil where your faith takes root and grows strong. I am forming something in you that cannot be broken, a faith not made of emotion, but of fire-tested steel. I am preparing the way, and it shall be glorious. Hold fast to your hope. Gaze upon me, not upon the shifting winds. I have never walked away. Even when all is still, I am moving in power unseen. So press your soul into my promises. Refuse to be shaken. The things you have whispered in the dark will be shouted from the mountaintop. And when the answer comes, it will bear my signature, overflowing, abundant, holy. The dawn of healing shall rise over your body like the sun breaking through the night. Where lack once reigned, there will be overflow. What burdened you will no longer bend your back. What haunted your nights will be cast out by my peace. Believe, not because it's easy, but because I, the Lord your God, have declared it. I have called you by name. I have written your story with my own hand. Every moment, every breath, every detail is under my sovereign care. Nothing has slipped past me. Nothing has caught me off guard. I have shaped your journey with eternal love, not haste, not randomness, love. So again I say, hold your ground in faith. Do not let weariness blur your vision. Shut out the voices that do not echo my truth. Let discouragement find no place in you. Let my word thunder louder than your fears. Let my promises beat within your chest like a living flame. Do not turn back. Do not sit down. Do not fold under pressure. The path before you is marked by my own footsteps, and it is filled with purpose, with joy, with inheritance. I see how heavy the days have been. I know the silent battles you fought, the moments when no one saw you struggle to stand. But hear me now with your spirit, I am still with you. I have not stepped away. I have not changed my mind. Though the world may turn cold, though friends may falter, I remain. I walk this narrow road beside you, and my steps never falter. I do not abandon those I have redeemed. Yes, the fire burns. And yes, the weight can feel crushing. But you are not defeated. The enemy trembles when you rise each morning. He fears the spirit I placed within you. For that spirit is power. That spirit is victory. That spirit is resurrection. You are not abandoned. You are not adrift. The same power that broke death's grip now strengthens your every step. No bondage is too strong. No sorrow too deep. No night too long. Entrust every part of your being to me, not only when the winds are gentle and the sun warms your path, but especially when the weight of this world presses so heavily upon your shoulders that you feel as if you might collapse beneath it. In those quiet, aching hours when weariness drains your spirit and every breath feels like a battle, know with unshakable certainty, I have not released your hand. My presence has not diminished. I have not turned from you in your suffering. I am with you, closer than the air around you, stronger than the storm ahead. The way you walk, though shadowed by trials and grief, is carved by my hand. I go before you, walk beside you, and cover your steps with the seal of my promise. I am already transforming the bitterness of your sorrow into something radiant. None of your tears are lost. Not one drop is unnoticed. I collect them as holy offerings, and from their depths I will raise up a testimony that will cause even the weary to sing. I am the one who lifts you from despair, who wraps you in the robe of joy, and crowns you not with ashes, but with the brilliance of my nearness. What I began in you, I will see to completion. I do not abandon my work, and I will not forsake the one I have called. You are not discarded in the fire, you are being made radiant. Even as the heat rises, my eyes are always upon you, and my hand never wavers. Cling to me, not with surface faith or passing emotion, but with the unshakable roots of your soul anchored in my eternal truth. Let nothing, no battle, no betrayal, no dark whisper of fear, uproot the seed I have planted deep within your spirit. My word will not fail. My decree will not return void. The field may appear barren now, but the season of fruit will come. The breaking is not your undoing, it is my crafting. The silence is not my absence, it is my preparation. Heaven is not idle. I am orchestrating movement on your behalf in realms your eyes cannot yet see. I am reshaping circumstances, aligning divine appointments, setting angels on assignment. The foundations are being laid beneath your feet, not because of your efforts, but because of my everlasting covenant with you. I have sworn by my name, by the name above all names, that I would never walk away from you. That oath stands, unshaken, sealed in my own blood. Nothing in the heavens above, nor in the depths below, nor in any created thing, can break the bond of my love for you. You are not journeying alone. I have placed companions beside you, those who carry fragments of my tenderness, who speak my words without knowing, who stand beside you with the strength of silent intercession. But even when every voice around you grows quiet, I remain. I am your sanctuary, your defender, your rock in the flood. When fear crouches at the edge of your heart and the unknown darkens like a gathering storm, lift your eyes. Fix your gaze on the light that does not flicker. My hope burns steady through the blackest night, and my promises are not shadows, they are torches in the dark. With me, there is no abandonment, no betrayal, no divine silence that signals distance. In every moment you felt invisible, I was drawing near. When your sorrow was too deep for words, I understood. When you gasped beneath the burden of anxiety, I was the breath that sustained you. My love has never diminished. You do not earn it, and you cannot disqualify yourself from it. It was given freely, irrevocably, and I do not withdraw what I have poured out in love. You are mine, formed by my hands, known by my spirit, named by my voice. You were born not for defeat, but for divine overcoming. I placed within you my strength, not the kind that boasts, but the kind that endures. The kind that stands when others fall. The kind that moves forward even when trembling. You were not crafted to be shattered by the pressure of this world. I built you with eternal substance. I called you according to my purpose. I infused you with the power to endure and the faith to overcome. You are more than a conqueror, not because of your might, but because I have spoken that identity over you, and my word is final. Your trials do not define your worth. Your past mistakes do not erase your purpose. I do not see failure when I look at you. I see fire. I see purpose etched into every part of your being. I see the destiny I wrote for you long before you took your first breath, overflowing with hope, saturated with meaning, resounding with my glory. Let despair find no foothold in you. Let it not rob you of breath or vision. I have not finished. The story is still unfolding, written in strokes of mercy and sealed with grace. Even now, I am turning the page, and what is to come carries the full weight of my goodness. Let my presence surround you like a shield. Let my word be the ground beneath your feet, unshifting and eternal. Walk forward in full assurance that I encircle you, before, behind, and all around. I have not brought you to this place only to leave you here. My faithfulness is an unbroken line through the generations, and my purpose for you is unwavering and firm. Draw close to me, beloved. Not with shame or hesitation, but with the boldness of a child who knows they are wanted. Let your soul breathe in the safety of my embrace. The peace you search for, the identity you've questioned, the meaning you long for, it is all found in me. I know the unrest that lives quietly beneath your smile. I see the storm of thoughts that swirl in the silence. I understand the heaviness you carry in the hours no one else sees. You do not need to mask your pain in my presence. I know every inch of your heart. I do not recoil at your wounds. I do not look away from your scars. Every sorrow that weighs you down, I have felt it. Every tear you've shed in secret, I have gathered. My love is not distant. It is poured out, measureless and constant. Even in your most shattered hour, I was holding you. When your faith trembled, my hands held firm. You are mine. I have never left your side. Even when you wandered from my voice, even when your path took you far from my leading, I never ceased loving you. I stood watch. I waited with patience. I shielded you, even in rebellion. I whispered to you through the wind and reached for you with kindness. My grace is not thin, it is vast. It does not expire with your failures. My mercy remains. Even now, my dear one, I see the cry that has no sound, the deep longing that rises from the core of your soul. I see your hunger for something that no earthly thing can satisfy. That stirring you feel, it is my spirit awakening your heart to come deeper. Come not with fear. Come not with guilt. Come because you are wanted. Come because you are chosen. My word waits for you, alive and full of power. Every line breathes with truth. Every promise is a flame of hope. In its pages, you will find the strength to go on, the light to guide your next step, and the truth to keep you steady when all else shakes.